My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
Nsema Alisa Nesen atoto amane Afenyo Markin e dia butua no de yi pa na Afenyo Markin say this government is suya and I say owia MPP for policies na ensem we nam sema Alisa Nesen te say watoto amane Afenyo Markin na busia enya sem ketwa na Alisa Nesen say omo MPP for no krampo te say omo mpebe bi nyina na omo 8 years na mo bi twa no ade papa bi ani ho a omo de bre o man no ensema hudo bi ka we hona Alisa Nesen ene mu gabi na se ede tudwa PENDREAM TV so ni subscribe to the channel and share jumadi no ma afoforo ensa enkabi jahojen chere e wo comment section ho yenti ensema Alisa Nesen ene mu gabi ede tudwa
ya Mugabe na Afenyo Markin when I saw him I started yeah Mugabe yeah they grabbing shit it will no be a friend come and see your friend I'm saying please, that's Mugabe's friend. Hey. It's a Ben Obeka. Mugabe, who wonderful no Afenyo Markin Ben Obeka. Look at him. He is trying to, you see, that's what is paining me that the NDC has left the job of propaganding for the MPP to pick it up. In fact, they were doing it already. They rather, you know, advocacy, but it's propaganda. Look at him talking about the successes of these governments that we have stolen their policies. Can you imagine?
8 years no.
Ah, what? Bola mu 8 years. Bola mu ne edano. Bola bibi amu ye bi anye. Look, the intention behind your gold for oil project by the champion. Why? Is it not a young man who has made it in business? Is it not also possible for him to lead the party? Wakoso janumpo de or so janyo kita discipline. Uti de make an say. Yes.
Bagana form pen.
Untima say. Onu so super so lead the MPP. Also so lead the MPP assembly can you Ghana. It's not about Ghana lead MPP. He's there. He's in the party. They need discipline now. They need unity. I'm saying somebody like him who has been in the army somewhere before cannot bring unity. Canada Japan. Our unity can mo bia. Our unity can mo bia or party. Yako Congress one kasebi. And then Aba. So it was Baumia's Congress. Mika Asime Maminka. This one clear case. Mugabe. Nipa wakwa yebu no si oye party a o shata de akọ osuru no wajare wakwa yemu ya bono wakwa yemu
na so
bi akam intati e ko na suru nya wanti wakwa yenu mu o si oye party na udi nachi o Mugabe na mi wonwa o si usho mu etimi ahwe be da hwe
you know that say
we ba Bawumia Congress apu de ke na Bawumia Congress we Bawumia Congress. A Congress that didn't allow other people who have aspirations to come and speak. Is that a Congress? Why? It was criminal. Let's go there and go and find out. I'm telling you, it was criminal. The intention, clear case of a criminal, be a person who will be, not their coffee be so
corrupt.
Yes. Today, is it not clear? Is it the way not clear? A gold board has been formed to rationalize the gold sector. Are you not seeing the results, Mugabe? Are you not seeing, Mugabe? I will pray, Mimaka. Other boards must come up. We have problems with our oil. We can set up an oil board and rationalize the oil sector so that the oil marketing companies, these price fluctuations in our pump prices and other things, when we have an oil board like the gold board, that one too will come to rationalize it. Then look at oil palm, Mugabe. You look at oil palm too, the same thing. What you say? Yes, the oil palm market, palm kernel oil. UK, look at the exports to UK. So if you have a palm oil development board, there's a Ghana Oil Palm Development Corporation, but I'm talking about a board that to rationalize that sector too. It's also a commodity. You understand? We are going to make millions of money from it. Cashew. Yes, shea butter. Cashew. The Indians bring in rice, sell it. They don't look for foreign exchange. Use the cities to go and buy the cashew, and then go and sell the cashew on the international market and bring in and take in the dollars to India. That's what they do. We must collapse all those ones. And on is parity on our economy. The good things that John Mahama has brought on board, me party be you're from MPP. And why are you in a rush? You must allow time to heal your wounds. You just left power. But yes, look at spots of where you see where there. We bow we assume now you're lucky. Na kamo sister bo anko ba bunu. Me catch na anko ba bunu oni mini o mini no. Me catch na o anka bo ba bunu no na me Mugabe dey me dey say obi ehu omusuban. Ya ba mu 8 years. And you boasted that you had the men. You will have a vice president instead of sitting down and doing the work will close at 2 o'clock and be shaking his head around town until 5 o'clock before you go home. And like a gamma lizard. And all you will do is that, oh, there's an effective, solid economic management team. In the end, much ado about nothing. We found out that the economic management team was solid waste. Solid waste that we have to dispose of. What did they do? Useless bunch of people who say they are economists. They wasted everybody's time, destroyed our economy, they destroyed our currency. Look at what they have done to the cocoa board. We owe about 33 billion Ghana cedis. Why? What is it? What did they do with the cocoa? Mugabe, so painful. They hate Ghana so much. You have a president, a fisheries minister who says, I've locked the sea. Don't know shit there. Boy, I'm not sure. How would the fishermen, how do you understand what you did? They came to destroy the system. They created a crime scene, pretended that nobody could solve the problems, and they had the solutions, and that they would do it. And in so doing, they managed to steal the bits and pieces. Mugabe, I'm telling you, every place they went to steal. And Kenufurata strategically put his people there. I've told you this thing. Reverend Obami Tete, where did he put him? Securities and Exchange. Where did he put Yofi Grant? He put him at the Ghana Investment Promotion Council. You understand? Then you have the others who followed. Comfort and Alberto Kran. Every time they are running roadshow to where? Roadshow to where? Abayjuma put you on boards. Look at how you have hurt Ghana's economy. You have to meet the car, Bank of Ghana, Central Bank, the car. How? Look, in Achampon's time during the 70s, when we had difficulty in selling our cocoa and other things, when Achampon nationalized the mines, it was a central bank that financed the cocoa purchases and later brought the receipts to recover. What has happened? That a central bank could run at a loss the way it did under Nanado for 8 years. You won't be talking about these things. The corruption that went on. Even people who lost their lives under your regime. You think John Kuma's death is something that anybody will forgive? If the family has forgiven you people, fine. But some of us, we are inquisitive. Because I knew John Kuma. I knew John Kuma when he came to University of Cape Coast at the time from Legon, trying to be Nook's president. That's why I came into contact with him. Such a fine, intelligent young man. And look at why he found himself in the first term, and the second term, he became deputy minister. And look at what happened to him. So some of us, your party, your tradition, who, like I said, a sleeping elephant in the forest cannot invite you to a party. No. How do you go to the forest to go and dance with them? Those send snakes on you. They're a bunch of disappointed political lords who want to find a way, a caricature way. They want to find, a trickster's forum. Find a way to rush back to power because they didn't finish their agenda. Look at some of the things they did. Look at somebody they have put at the National Signals Bureau. Linking up with the Ghana Water Company Limited to still yield sums of money on every bi-weekly basis. We're taking 650,000 every 2 weeks. That guy, that gentleman is still at post. The one who was paying the money, the TNI manager, the innovation TNI, I've told you, is head of Accra East. He's still at post. Richard appealed to engineer, the one who was paying the money and he knew he was paying the money into the guy's pocket. He's still there at Ghana Water. Look at the chrono boy here. Every 2 weeks we are 650 to provide what? Internet services for Ghana Water service. Ghana Water. Can you imagine? They to make 2 electric pole. 50 million.
The electric poles.
If you need electricity, go and tell ECG. They'll provide it to your pumping station. Mr. Omar Bomani from Nipa Baku Afenyo Markin. Ghana Water, Mr. No a board chairman. Yes, you think every time I talk about it out of hate. Go and check. Mr. That checkbook, it's no haulage contracts in the company now. Excel, chemicals to all the 90 water stations across the Ghana Water Limited. He supplies the chemicals.
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest. Checkbook, carry to pay, no assign, no ati. I'm telling you, they took him to road front. Go and find out. Ghana Water went, the people at the head office right now, most of them are from Winneba. I'm telling you, you go there and go and check. Most of them are from Winneba. Anywhere he goes, he went to the road front. Road contracts or demand who go and check Excel Ghana Limited. You will see in their subsidiaries the road contracts he took. Some of them allegedly he didn't execute, but he has the money in his pocket because he was board chairman. The checkbooks were in his armpits. Why? What is it? You come and talk about those ones. They put you small boy, just you're barely 50 years, you're 47. They put you at ECG just in 3 months. 490 million. Unaccounted for. Anna. What are you telling us? What are you telling us? I've said this thing, I continuously say this thing, that we must not allow a group of young criminally minded people to enter national politics. We must not give them space. When we see them, we must raise the red flags and tell people how dangerous they can be to this country. If you allow what they will do to this country, I'm telling you, Mugabe, you'll be surprised. We must be cautious. You don't know where they get their greed from and where they want to take it to. And I've always re-echoed this thing. There's a course at the University of Cape Coast, Intellectuals and National Development. They must make it by force. Those ones that they make it liberal, it's me by force, so be a and to me, by any public school, a Bible show free. Now, be so bought or mine from, no be over chino, or no nyebi, no nusu, or nusu mbebonibra. It's where they Mugabe.
Was this state private SHS have been added, private SHS have been added to the free SHS program. Fantastic news. There has not been hype. President Mahama is making the money, follow our children everywhere to support their education. Afenyo Markin should be reminded that last year, the NIB Bank made a loss of over 24 million. For the first half of this year, it has made a profit of 74 million Ghana cedis under Dr. Ato Sapon.
Look at the turnaround. Mugabe, look at the losses we're making. What were they using the money for? Buying cars and doing, go and check, giving loans to themselves. Loans, you go and find out conflict of interest loans, third party loans.
24 million Ghana.
Yes!
Ato Sapon be fire and say, and we make a profit 74 million.
Charlie.
It's all over. Yeah, when we took over places like GIPC and they were owing more than 60 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
They were owing so much. Most of the even scholarship secretariats, their office in the UK alone, they owe, the scholarship secretariat owes UK universities about 32 million pounds. 32 million pounds.
39 now.
Yes. So but now they are so as it is now, even this year the scholarship secretariat is not able to take new students into to the UK. They are now negotiating with them. And meanwhile, the person who was there, and Alex Asafojo, my brother, is doing a great job. I'm so proud of him. He's doing a great job.
Sure.
And as we speak, the previous director who was there, he was selling the scholarship. So Asafojo is putting in measures, to ensure that needy students and people who qualify are the ones, they are not going to sell it. And then the NDC, we don't do that. It will go to the people who need it. And the debts are a lot. GIPC, I'm aware, they had about 60 million debts there. And it ran across most of the institutions. But now that we have taken over, some of these debts are being paid and we are accruing.
So to land on my issue, what they went to do was a Baumia conference. They still want to build from the top. Without listening. No, it was not. Who spoke again? Apart from look at what he came to say. He himself, he was so illogic. Talking about Madam Chief Justice Tokonu, who has been suspended per Article 146. You, Baumia, do you read the Constitution? Do you understand the Constitution? When constitutional provision is working, look at you are talking about it. All of them, they are contempt of Article 146. Sometimes when I see that, yes, you give some people opportunity to come and manage or get to. How did he even become vice president? He deceived the MPP people. If you don't know, he didn't have a party card. He was not an MPP card bearing member. He deceived them. He pretended as if he knew all the economics in the world. Look, currencies. Empty-headed. Look, currencies all over the world are backed by distribution and production. Then when you come and cancel 4 zeros, and then you tell me that the new city you are creating is equal to the dollar. How possible is that? The dollar has been working since. And there's industrialization, there's distribution solidly backing the dollar, same as the pound. You sit here, even agriculture support for the pound. If you go to Britain, you'll be surprised. Yes, they deliberately use their currency to go into agriculture, and then they use their currency as a market. Yes, for agricultural products, and then they make their nationals spend their money in eating what they have grown in their country. So that cycle, even in agriculture, you can see the amounts of money that are loaded there. You sit here, you cancel 4 zeros, and then you shake your head and you go and deceive Osafu Mafu. He also comes to deceive Nanado. Obi Awako invest in Nanado. See where your economics. You don't even understand economics, that you have to bring this boy who somebody will say, because of his father, Yes, because of his father, he got the opportunity to go to university under NDC. His father was the Council of State chairman for Chairman Rawlings. So it was because of that, the benevolence of that, he got scholarship to go outside to go and study. Miss Papa, Council of State Chairman, Kamisu Alista, and Kamisu Mekobi, and he cannot challenge me. It's because of the opportunity he got. Then when he came in, and also yesterday, before, said, "Ni Papa, into Ombaye Juma as manager monetary policy, BBB." So when J. Kufuor came to power, yes, we pushed him. His senior brothers and his mother, who even committed all their time to us, we didn't help them to this extent. Then he metamorphosed. Wow, the snake under grass. He just metamorphosed and ran to J. Kufuor. They made him deputy governor. Then he said he has cancelled 4 zeros. Lazy approach to economic resolution. I ain't to seeing what Atufosi is doing. Then Mugabe, then one day Atufosi too should be president too. I'm telling you, if Bawumia claims that he has to be president, then one day we have to go and bring Atufosi. Simple. Because he's fixing the problems of the economy and we are feeling it in our pockets. It's not about removing zeros. It's about the city that we have competing out there with the dollar. And fighting the dollar and putting it in this position. That's what we are talking about. Basic Baumia, Yatawe Konota, Obeo, Ochoba Popo, Umbojan Cheko, now Talobana Popo Blibli, Minkebu, Obeno Kono Bafe Wagana. Me, what I know is that there's an international society that interferes in our politics. They are the people who are pushing Baumia. I'm telling you, one day you find out. I don't want to mention their names here. I'm not afraid to say, but this show is too big. We don't want to accommodate them. You understand? They are the people who are pushing Yodom. How do you build a house? Starting from the roof. Where's the foundation? The logic of it. The lack of common sense. So, Mugabe, the deceit of Michael Kwe. The deceit of Michael Kwe. Sani report now is to scheme to control the party. Oh no, then America look at his age. Me say only Netrimodin and Koyobi Krankawa retired from politics that. Only Masebe Tono. That no lose elections to speaker no to Honorable Bagman. Do you know what happened to him? The wife collapsed. She stayed in coma for about 3 years before she passed on. You even retire from politics and go and sit by the woman in India. You left her on a sick bed in India. If you go and see his writings, politics in Ghana, 1972 to 79, all lies. Because when he got a chance, politics in Ghana, 1982 to 89, what he wrote of Rawlings, when he got the chance with Nanado, go and see what he did. You will see the human being, what they write, when they get the opportunity, is the exact opposite way they behave. And J. Kufuor, he says what?
About the India one, we don't have any evidence.
I have evidence. The wife collapsed ask everybody who was in parliament that day. When she heard the news, she was there well dressed, waiting to be sworn in with the husband. And then the results turned out that it didn't go in their favor. She collapsed in the chamber. Ask anybody. She was flown to India. 3 years. I'm saying on authority, not to denigrate anybody. I'm saying that is a man Michael Kwe you people want to follow. Then J. Kufuor, you want to come and tell us your record? Your record should be speaking for itself. The people should have involved you. Don't come and tell us they have not involved you. You, J. Kufuor, everything Afenyo Markin does, you know about it. They are your boys. I'm telling you. At least this time, Patrick Boma spoke. He spoke well. That young man. Yes, that's one of J. Kufuor's boys. So what is Kufuor talking about? All those people were sidelined. You didn't say anything. You, J. Kufuor, you brought the likes of Papa Kwesi Ndum into national politics to come and serve you in an all-inclusive arrangement. He was one of the most hardworking ministers in your government. What happened? When the Americans were recommending him for you to help you to do your Millennium Challenge account, your people ganged up against him. And that is why the likes of Osafu Mafu, one of the laziest cabinet ministers with Nanado in your government, when they got the chance to rule this country, look at what they did to Papa Kwesi Ndum. Adia Ndum kita, any nyansa, ni abadaye, ni akumapa okita wa Ghana no. Mo nanaya Osafu Mafu, oni Nanado, mo ni bida, mo de dagotem, dagotam natan time, ono wasru, ono eputusi, mo tumini da. If it was not for Ndum, Kufuor's government would have been baller. I'm saying it here. Na anyone on no I'm asking you, J. Kufuor, he gave it to 4 people. They couldn't do it. Empty-headed people. Professor Jambafo, they gave it to, he couldn't do it. They gave it to Osafu Mafu. Or Disika, allegedly, £4.8 million. Only Eric One, Benjamin Opokubi or UK, chartered accountant. They sat there and chopped the money. They didn't give them anybody. They couldn't even execute the project. Then they gave it to J.H. Mensah. Almighty J.H. Mensah even couldn't put the services paper together. Then when they went to Bahrain, he said, no, I went to America with you. Ambassador Dikio says is my witness. America is asking us to give the job to Dr. Papa Kwesi Ndum. He can do it. He's a services delivery expert. Just within 3 days, he has put up a paper. Just within 3 days. So yes, So we had to put it by the NDPC or time who naira kwa. Mupa inti na me stress these people, let's put them to shame forever. Who je ku for ba be kasa. Ya di o wa ma ya senkophobia. Ya senkophobia omodachi ni adi. Indum very powerful effective person or no na jimpo kita no je ku for ye ka uni bi. Become money who, but you have destroyed him. Your people have destroyed him. Me patch me say JM. He should return the banks to the owners. If you go to Atimo Tresu, they are not going to do it. Wow. They have lost it all.
Yeah.
But Elijah said, what did you do wrong? Heritage.
Well, that's
were there any mistakes?
Unless what I saw was fake news.
What? No, something has to be done. Indum, what did he do wrong? Go and see the market levels he was serving, the rural areas. People could send money directly from America to their mothers in the rural homes because it was digitalized all over the country. It was working. What are we talking about? They should keep quiet. Yes, Mugabe, they should keep quiet. They shouldn't disturb anybody. They have destroyed the economy. For 9 million, so says I did 25 million. I could say I didn't. We are a CDG now here. No, the war for no, and I could snap bank. I don't wonder whether the managing director does not know that. They should sack them. They should let them reapply. Mugabe, deal my look at how they entered our forest. Look, how can you pass? Look at the law Nanado passed. Is it 406? To get the people to enter the forest. Yes. Meanwhile, in this country, on Mampeni bi obebe o kitanya sebia to say God in Gajisberg. Odiania, Kwame Nkrumah odiania, Achampo odiania, Rollins odiania. Odi obaya, nya na ye kwaye no. Ye nwura kwaye no mu ne nkotu gold no ye nse no. Ne se kwaye no. Today look at the state of the Brem River. And now go at him or Treso and now cause the go and see Brem Nenim. I have poto. Aden. You son here, Sabinum. What is it? Muka say it's Romana. Hey, baby, I'm over car new position. Now, I'm going to wadi. Bonnie, I'm going to do my way. You can't say Mugabe. Now, maybe car. In the name of God. Nyakupo Dimu Kramu bo my way. Eh? In the name of God. Nyakupo Dimu. Mugabe unim. They said they were going to build God a cathedral. Yes, they took $58 million of our country's money and spent it anyhow. In the end, audits by one says Canada also seen 58. 97. I ain't Abekao 39. They know how to hide things. They are tricksters. They bunch of yes. Because look, Jay Kufo made a statement years after he had left power that it was wrong for Kwame Nkrumah to invest the money that was given to him at independence in the country. Look at you. Kwame Nkrumah was not giving any money at independence. It was the Cocoa Amendments Bill of 1954 that accrued money. They had increased the cocoa price on the world market. Kwame Nkrumah took 71% and kept the money in the Bank of England for 4 years, not until 1958. So the money, including two other taxes that he gave to those marketing companies who involved the cocoa export, made the money to get to £198 million. The money was released to us on 1st July 1960. Odan Senior Secondary School, Achim Sedro Secondary School, Achim Senior High, all the Ghana secondary schools you see. Yes, they are part of the brand new 43 secondary schools Kwame Nkrumah built from that money. The Akosombo Dam you see, £70 million counterpart funding from Ghana came from those cocoa accrued monies that they gave to Nkrumah. He did one final trophy. And they see on Volta River Authority, and that's what you see there. Yes, the Mamoto way, all the secondary schools, don't you see it around? Don't you see it when you were there? Mubaba muntu mi nyeshi mo manu, mubeta onu dio mani sika, mufra mu mpeni fo, akasifo, se mu onim die, obewie nu match do about nothing. Gabi, me suit am say locally made o. Omo dia no Clearfield France. And eba, nti otumu say there's a difference. Me dia mama tell me sika wo ha. I've given the local economy. Yes, I bought the fabric from here. Into suit wearing is not any, and I wanted to let them know. You first suit wearing your guy, me sano, na me nanano, omo pam atade. Into suit a babunya. Yet you didn't for the chief form. You find if you the chief form and then you suit. You use your head to help your nation when you get the chance to go to school. O mine me go school me share school fees amitia. Now me pay free school, now me show mine. I have to sacrifice to make my nation a better place. Now when you get the chance, you want to steal from everybody. When I look at my own friend, Frank Anodompe, what's this sakra na me share ni suba oh papa last time ha. You're a police officer's son. Policeman or you be a tree. You are lucky to be even alive. So papa no mami ni krano. I want you to aboshi amba. You are lucky to be alive, yes. And then look at you. You have turned yourself into a rich man in Sawam. Oh no, it's painful. When I was in the university with him, how humble he was then, and today, how he carries us about, it pains me. Why? Didn't I know Mani Brahma at the university? Is he not still humble? Why? What is it? Edward Bauer. I knew them at the university. Don't humble people. So what are we talking about? Afenyo Markin, sleeper on the floor. Today, look at him. Wants to fly as if he was sleeping on the golden mattress whilst he was at the university. He ran away. He couldn't finish his course. You understand? If you are talking about people in the MPP who we should give opportunity to, I will not mince words about Patrick Brahma. Patrick Brahma was my mate. Once I'm in Canada, once I'm bonida. Now some so bad with the manual to move bonida. Make papa ne woman because that guy papa be one. I don't know MPP for mo. Nipa a woman party no papa wo mu. One person mo be party because 38 na wa o. Mo di 12 years na be 50 o. Cause leadership you hear kora. No more in every move. Meanwhile, he has intelligence. Okasa, he's a slow type. But Okasa. Oh, Dabeno by Timogabi. Ya don't say, Omako you concert near you, Obian, young co party, Ewa Kwayemu, young Dio Suminachi, and going to Yanko party, Biawa Kwayemu. They should stay there.
In fact, Asunje Hene.
You've worked under him.
Yes, he I was information. He gave me my first opportunity, youngest female minister, 33 years. Wow. Yeah. Youngest female minister under His Excellency John Evans Atta Mills. 33 years. Yes, indeed. I thank him wherever he is for lifting me up and believing in me. Indeed, me Papa John. It was an honor to serve under him. Now, Ube notice here, I'm never late. I learned that under His Excellency. Ube Banosoka said 10. Now, Ube drew 10:01. Ube Bani has started. And I am my own room. And my being on time is something that I learned from him. He was Nikasa ye boko Nikasa ye boko ompenu ho asem enti na onya edi asunje onya the type no beka say all die be die so Luzi on his third trial as president was when he won. And 1 year to 2 sembia to say obi aminim na okotina ho say all die be die I feel ready and we near your kwakati I tell me be crazy. When we are talking about a statesman, a peaceful man, His Excellency John Atta Mills, he left a legacy behind, a peaceful legacy. He would not be remembered for starting putting Delta Force together and beating up judges and turning the country upside down. He will be left. His legacy remains the fact that even the MPP laughed at him for prayer meetings that they were holding at the flags at the castle, that they mocked him. So the castle, why a prayer camp. Meanwhile, when they were desperate and they wanted to come back, they picked their Bible verse that the battle is the Lord's. Into the hypocrisy of the MPP administration, we can see how bad they treated John Mahama. His Excellency John Atta Mills when he was president. How badly they treated him, calling him names, putting the man down. But time, like I said earlier when we started, vindication is in the womb of time, as they say. And we saw, say, Dr. Doolittle, it was rather Nanado who was Dr. Doolittle. To say one more boy, you may be a resem and obey now, and I could she sem Niba Jankuma, Sikat Jan Chroma. $33 million. I a farmer no so on kotos papers ambulance. Won't say Atta Mills ya boni nibadi say ya fa $33 million amani baby ya Kofi ana debi won't say cry about that. And now 1 year family and friends and Nana Asanti Bedu Etuo was executive secretary to the president. No, Ninia Kofi Dako Asanti, father of Nana Asanti Bedieku, Bedietu, no, a chairman of Gimpa Council. Mrs. Vida Asante, mother of Nana Asante Beche say, Bedu to only my many papa nyina post, or no so no a president, head of president household, or no na Ediano Mbedi, furniture in she was in Loretta Ochiri, sister of Nana. They say Nana Bedu to Busia phone in you, Loretta Bedu to sister of Nana Bedu to. She was the deputy director Senate. Kwesi Kutu Asante, brother of Nana Asante Bedu to member Ghana Hostel Board. They say proper family and friends, even the old folks or the parents, they were all involved. Even Venice Samira brother. Samira father-in-law, ni papa. Samira papa. Eba omia father-in-law. Enye no only consul. No only consul. Enti say grandchildren, grandfathers. Ramadan for number 43. Abu Ramadan so no so ye deputy director general Nadmu. Enti was proper. No any baby mama Hesi. Enti
you papa de wako university wana wako pemba ebe no apase
enti sa scandal no wunye bi wo NDC wo sa scandal we there wunye bi wo NDC mo enti we what you see the way President Mills training here no that training is still with me ya dear na minim say me conscience is that it doesn't sit well with me. I won't do it because I think about the disgrace, embarrassment it will bring me, and that is how yes, and not just me, my name, not just me, my family, my bosses. How would my boss feel when he finds out say ni ba or ni employee or ni appointee aye adewe? It's still with me. I'm very cautious. I'm very cautious about how I proceed. I'm very, very cautious. And all thanks to serving under His Excellency at Jonathan. His legacy will continue to live on through some of us because we will continue to remember how he raised us and we will not depart.
Yes,
and we will not depart from it. Now, coming to the National Cathedral.
Okay.
Just this week, me say amount for kase ignorant people or more TikTok or more kase sana because one person nebe kai me person me bonidi onye nipe was me bonidi. I'm not going to reduce myself to that level. Obekache nkofo na good TikTok na say sana 58 million na Archbishop Duncan Williams ka say ya spending no NDC for beka you know Archbishop Duncan Williams and ebekache and say ya spending sa asikan because Archbishop Duncan Williams was on the board na sa 58 million no kra no enye no kre na they haven't spent $58 million on the cathedral and until na lose election no only to find out after Deloitte and Touche audit only to find out says na 58 million po na $97 million almost 100 million and Mugabe 97 million no and you say a final figure yes and accruing no it means that as the day goes by no a big count as the days goes by, you know, a big count, and when you look at the procurement laws that were breached, even the architect David Ajayi, who was paid, he was paid when no contract had been signed. We still owe the contractor about $37 million for digging a hole. And you see what annoys me is that the NPP will not keep quiet. They will not shut up. Ghanaians, you have to let them know that you are still angry with them. That the 38% no more 10%. You have to let them know. And then that screen also no.
You are not lying.
Oh, David Ajayi, inti papa way.
You want to support to gay.
Inti papa way. David Ajayi nkwa sika we di wo cathedral we mumpo. One say when they even.
What are you talking about? What are the figures?
Yes, you know.
No. Mugabe, these figures.
Yes. Hey. That's what you are seeing. That's what you are saying.
This is scary.
Where your audit report?
Oh, the audit is from Deloitte and Touche. Deloitte and Touche is independent. It's an independent, and it's a very credible audit firm. Oh, and see, the MPP people, I know about an MP who came to say.
The president dissolve.
What the president dissolve national cathedral secretariat and what dissolve board no, but omankasa very new muniso and I was say omo pamo but since oman pamo no, they are all fired under His Excellency John Mahama. And I mean who say omuni ferenti almost release statements. And yes, of no second board, no. Almost release statement say Nisanka ye dissolve board and then they also have their side. My friend, you don't have any side. You don't have any side. You have wasted almost $100 million of taxpayers' money. $100 million of money funds that could be used to build hospitals for the regions. It could build hospitals. These new regions that we brought, they don't have hospitals, they don't have schools, they don't have a lot of infrastructure.
Administration.
Yes, we could have used that money to build these new regions, but we use it to build homes. You see, scano editu coin. It's different. You see, Alista, it's different if you have two names and alias that you use, but he had two different identities. The identities are separate from each other in the sense that the date of birth is separate from one name, the other name is also separate from, and he had different identities in Ghana cards and yes, that also for Victor Kusibwati needs to be. You see, until we lock them up, they will continue talking, and we have to show we shouldn't back, we should bite. So we shouldn't back, we should bite. I'm telling the AG, don't let these people walk away. Otherwise, when we come, because his friend is the Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa did a lot of work on. They even called him a liar. Recently, like I said, one of them called him a liar that the 58 million any amount. But Okujeto has been vindicated. And see, until we let them account for causing financial loss to the state for using double identity, make these people, I don't care who he is, whether he's a pastor or he's not a pastor, I don't care. They must be accountable to the people.
Very well. Alisa, Mugabe, on President Mills.
Yo, Mami free cathedral in Mami Mills. Monami
enough time.
So no, me kaba akupe o cathedral. Papa no also double identity. Makawaha, arrest the first identity. When you release him at 2 o'clock, then arrest the other identity at 2 o'clock. You understand? So one man, yes, if he wants to double in double identity, you must have double arrest for him. So you question him as a Reverend Kusibwati, then you go and question him as somebody, a diplomat, who has a diplomatic passport with another name, and let him tell us why he did that to the nation in the name of God, stealing in the name of God. Look at the distraction that they made to the place. The loss of property. So it says, "See a carbon door minus so." Now, see our own share. The alternative use for that money, they able to me this 100 million. Now, yen to me, I'm fire. Mugabe, Emeya. As for Professor Mills, the be do time, bedinafia, na me suakame. Because me time, I'll be free mono. Now, Kupu yi treme, about Daemu, and a petutu to an American radio TV so. And to me, cocan with TV no so naka 1 week per se. NDC for Satanamo PPP. Into me call studio no. Say no more can we be say why is he saying I'm saying no. Me what I've seen, I'll say it because if I don't say it, I cannot go home. Until when I offended people by what I said. Unto me can be one, but I saw him laid in state in white as he was when he was being at the time. I saw it clearly. So when I got there, I said, look, if you people are talking about the president, I'm giving you 1 week to 17 July. And the Asema Besino. Don't tell me that I've said anything bad. Because I got close to him. I got to him to suggest to him to pick.
Ghana's a sign.
Yes, I got to him to suggest to him to pick John Dramani Mahama as his running mate. And I gave him reasons. I had to fight. He called people so that I argued the people and convinced them. It was not easy. As for Professor Mills, I will never forget him. And Mugabe, his demeanor, his affability, his gentility. May catch the Airtel for when they were coming in. They had a small package for him. president the project ba ukroma inti kakraje hey go ask wofa Kwame PNM he said that the omo kebiano University of Cape Coast omo hia auditorium fufuro so whatever they have to give to me let them use it to go and build that new auditorium that they invest. Mugabe, he was down to earth. And look, the number of people he touched through the classroom. You know, he taught at Legon. Lawyers, big judges, Professor Mills, I will point it to you. I will tell you. As long as you call you to know, I say, or no, Professor Mills, na man being kakra. Or no, hey, Professor Mills is a student. And then when you come to sports, ask anybody. He was in Achimota school. Ubo hockey scene. He was at Legon. Ubo hockey scene. Even in his old day, when he became vice president. Do you know his guy name? Bode, thick tall guy. Yeah. When he holds the hockey stick, you dare not. I'm telling you. It's onunu. Nyankupon dine etre baby. When you enter politics, you don't stop until the last day. That is what God showed us. Because no more can oyari NYSA. But because he had served the nation needed to reward him. You see his burial. One who said it here. Say orufie na nkofri moi. Anke massa ati say o mine support. So in politics when you join. Because akwakra no kra unim say Professor Mills ya wonu July 1944 and ya wonu na do March 1944 no ni pa bone ni kwa no da so ti asina ni papa no every mo ati bi da opa o de ya ka o si esuro ni papa mo mu obetra sini ya di no ho de no na obi ka kuma shoto mo me odun mo ti asi na odun di bone na yes that's what is happening. So the papa chairman at the coca. So you remind all of them. So here papa pro forum. All the you see fine people. You can go home and sleep for like 30 years. Professor Mills the bush of and monk to see this is Tapeni Munya. Yes, the way they lived a simple life, the way they were down to earth. We salute them at this time.
Now the Mills.
Oh, man.
Subscribe to the channel on share my did my afro and so and come.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.